Hey everybody, this is a video today that I want to make about this conservative nonsense, anger, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Time Magazine is now getting on board. They're doing a story about it. Time Magazine is a useless sack of shit of a magazine. Don't they still employ Fareed Zakaria, who has been busted for plagiarism not once but twice? I mean, I thought as a writer the worst thing you could do was to plagiarize somebody else. But anyway, this is about this new anger that seems to be, and I don't really believe that it's authentic. A lot of this is just horseshit political nonsense, and a lot of this is just sensationalism. But this LGBT, lesbian, gay, transgender, post-op, pre-op, whatever the fuck you want to call them, trannies, boy, girls, whatever the fuck it is, going into bathrooms, going into straight people's bathrooms, transgendered women going into women's bathrooms, transgendered men going into men's bathrooms, and mostly it's women don't like it. And this has been at Walmart and other places. It seems to be in more conservative places around the country. That they're angry about it. First of all, if you're angry about where somebody pisses or shits, you have way too much time on your hands, okay? And you have a sense of entitlement that should be knocked down like an old sick tree, okay? That's about to hit a power line. You are ignorant, you are horrible, and you should do the right thing, buy a gun with a mouthpiece, and read the instructions. Because if you hate somebody so much that you have taken it now to the place where people leave their turds, okay? If you hate somebody, a lifestyle or somebody so much, or are so insecure by it, or such a homophobe, or whatever the fuck your reason is, you probably aren't one of the human beings that we should be worried about listening to. In fact, we should be alienating you, and you should be ostracized to a fucking island somewhere, okay? People that hate homosexuals, I always ask them one question, or fear them or whatever. Did you choose your sexuality? And they'll inevitably say no. And I say, exactly. So if they didn't choose their sexuality, then why are you acting as though it was a choice, therefore it's a sin? And that whole religious argument about, homosexuality, etc. And it just goes into this lesbian and this transgender thing and not wanting them into bathrooms. And it's mostly conservative Christians who are so fucking ignorant that they watch, they watch Big Bang Theory and they fucking watch CSI, who gives a fuck, and all of that. They love network television and they love movies about superheroes. And they're average, mediocre, stupid fucking people who probably go to church. And no offense to Christians out there. There are a lot of good Christians who don't hate homosexuals and don't care either way. But to act like going into a bathroom, a public bathroom, which, by the way, does anybody even really ever want to go into a public bathroom? Like, I can't imagine going. Have you ever been into a Walmart bathroom? First of all, you're in a Walmart, okay? You've made a poor life decision right there. But then you have to go into the bathroom and take a shit. I don't care who's taking a shit in the next stall. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who's peeing next to me. I don't care, okay? Because I'm defecating, because I'm getting rid of my fecal matter. And so, therefore, anybody who's transgender, well, welcome aboard. Come on in. And I know the argument is, but little kids, Jason, because little kids might be in there and they might see a guy who's supposedly a woman and you'd see his dick or something. So then you explain to your child what they saw. And by the way, if you're letting your kids go into a public bathroom under the age of, say, 7, 8, you're a terrible, neglectful parent. I used to have I have siblings. I have a younger sibling who's a female, and I used to take her into the men's bathroom. And then when she was old enough to go into the girls' bathroom, I would stand outside the girls' bathroom and wait for her. And if you're not doing that with the kid, then you're a neglectful fucking shit of a parent, okay, or a guardian. In a public bathroom, for Christ's sake. Secondly, just the germs alone in a public bathroom are bad enough. Let alone, sexual propositioning and all that nonsense that people imagine goes on in every public bathroom, which it doesn't. But nevertheless, so now this problem is we don't want lesbian and gay and transgender people inside of straight, quote-unquote, bathrooms. I think it's the silliest fucking argument. First of all, it's filled with hate. It's just absolute filled with hate. There's no safety issue. There's no privacy issue. Don't women shit in stalls? Like, don't they go, like, there are no urinals in female bathrooms, right? I mean, am I wrong? I haven't been in a female bathroom in a long time, or maybe ever, but there is no urinals, right? I mean, do ladies stand and pee? I'm just curious, because if you all have an individual stall, then I see the problem even less in a woman's bathroom. Is it in a man's bathroom? You don't want a chick in there who doesn't have a dick, and so she has to stand peeing up? I mean, what are we talking about here? How would you even know, and why would you care? And if you have a problem explaining to what transgender people are to your children and you don't feel like you should, then you know what? Grow up, first of all. Secondly, do you explain to them when they see a small person, a dwarf, a midget? I hate that word, but do you explain to them what they're seeing there? Do you explain to them when they see somebody missing a limb? Do you explain to them when you see an older person who looks a little bit, disheveled? Do you explain to them what homeless people are? Do you explain to them what somebody with a scar or a burn is? Do you explain to people that just because they look different doesn't make them different, they just look different? If you started explaining that to your kids early on, then they would become wonderful adults, and then we wouldn't have these ridiculously immature, oversimplification, stupid-ass religious arguments about who shits where. It's so goddamn silly, and of course the right wing loves this, Drudge Report, etc. They love the fake outrage because it's the oppression, the illusion that Christians are oppressed. And it fits into that. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but Christians love this idea that they're being oppressed. Christians love the idea that the Romans oppressed them, that they're oppressed, and which is totally silly because America, it's tax free to be religious, and there's the only thing more than there are on the street corners of America than churches are liquor stores. So I live in a nice white neighborhood. I'm a nice white, safe, white, snow white place like Alaska, and there's more fucking there's more churches and liquor stores everywhere. So it's not just in the hood, and it's not just where ethnic people live and poor people. It's all over the fucking place. Churches and fucking liquor stores. Maybe not in the most expensive neighborhoods, but they only have to drive down from their hills, and you can run into a church or a liquor store. But anyway, I digress. It's funny those two things are so popular. But anyway, because they both are no good for you. So in conclusion, if you have a problem with a gay person or a transgender person or a transvestite or whatever the fuck you choose, whatever nomenclature you choose to use, peeing in the bathroom with you or shitting in a bathroom with you, grow up, first of all. Secondly, find some goddamn tolerance. Find a goddamn heart, Find the good place inside of you and try to live there for a little while. Thank you for listening and have a good day.